Okay, this is going to be a bit of a different video than I usually do because I just want to address this Sabrina Ionescu being in Paris, not having attended Unrivaled, the last Unrivaled game, because I have a little bit of like insider information on the possibilities of why that is. So let me just give you a little bit of background. I have been in a lot of like marketing and branding film elements of the world. I have shot the New York Knicks. I have shot the New York Rangers hockey team. I worked for Red Bull and I was on shoots and I edited a bunch of the top surfers in the world, just a lot of sports, like multiple. And one thing I will say is there are a lot of athletes that do not want to be at these shoots because when you have time off, it's not necessarily the thing that you want to be doing when you're at a high level like that. And Sabrina Ionescu has been criticized a lot for being in Paris at there was like an NBA like Euro game and she was in attendance, and then afterwards she went to a Kenzo fashion shoot or a fashion show. And here's the thing. I'm just going to like give you a hypothetical as to why this isn't her being this fashionista who doesn't care about Unrivaled. Because I have worked at marketing agencies, I have worked at production companies, and there are contractual obligations that these athletes do have. And I can only imagine that this Pacers Spurs European NBA game had been planned a very long time in advance. And Sabrina Ionescu was most likely asked to attend as a representative of the WNBA because I'm imagining the NBA having such a big stake in the WNBA success and all the people talking about the WNBA that there is going to be a time where the WNBA has a game in Europe. Also, I think it's already actually been talked about. And Sabrina Ionescu is one of the top names that are recognized from the WNBA. So this is good optics. This is good marketing from the NBA standpoint. I don't want to get into why Caitlin Clark wasn't there. My opinion is that if she wanted to be there, she would have. And I'm sure Adam Silver, the commissioner of the NBA, would have wanted her there, but it was her birthday. I'm sure the prior engagement of hers at the Chiefs game and just getting fit and probably working out for this possible 3-point contest that might be coming up could be a reason, but who knows really. That's me speculating too. Anyway, back to the case in point. But when you work for an organization, you do have these contractual obligations to make certain appearances. And whether or not it was in her contract that Sabrina Ionescu had to show up to this European game is not really the point, because if she was asked, this was months in advance and she probably accepted. And her announcement in Unrivaled was not until late. It was after Unrivaled was supposed to have announced all of their roster, and then she was added at the last minute, possibly due to Caitlin Clark's decline of being in the league. But either way, there was an interview where Sabrina did mention they are working with me on my schedule. So Unrivaled was 100% aware that she had other commitments and prior commitments, which also probably include the NBA 3-point contest that she's going to be taking part of. But it's not only that. She has a contract with Nike and she has a shoe. So whether or not you think Sabrina Ionescu is fashionable, she is in the fashion world. Having a shoe makes you automatically in the fashion world. And Nike also, in their contracts, they have contractual obligations. The Kenzo show, these things also get planned months in advance, if not, more than that. And her invitation was extended previously before, I'm assuming, before Sabrina Ionescu's acceptance to be in Unrivaled. And the thing is that she is getting a bag to work or to play in that league, but also Unrivaled is getting her recognition, her name to also use in the league. So it's kind of like a win-win situation. So to hear people talk about how Sabrina Ionescu is just ignoring Unrivaled and this and that. It's not that simple. It's not that simple from a marketing perspective. It's not that simple when you are under contract. It's not that simple when you have agreed to appearances. You very often can't cancel, and if you do, it makes you look bad. Because believe me, I have been on the side of having to force athletes to do these marketing appearances. And the funny thing is, it was like pulling teeth, getting them to agree to certain things. And Sabrina Ionescu is not the type of person who loves doing interviews. She will do interviews because she knows, she has to do them. But she is not searching for the limelight and has stated this. Like, she would ask, is this something that I have to go to? I don't remember what it is. I remember last season an instance where Sabrina Ionescu was forced to be in an interview or to take part in some sort of marketing thing. And I really can't assume that this is her just slacking off, even though I do realize what was said in her post-game interview, and it was taken in the way that I don't really care about Unrivaled. This is just fun for me. It was one of the post-game interviews from the last game that she played for in the Phantom. And a lot of people took that as like, whoa, what are you saying? And I agree that she really shouldn't have said it like that. It was not a good look for Unrivaled, but that doesn't change the fact that it was stated that Unrivaled did work with her schedule. She was added late to the game. I'm not saying she saved the league from the final announcement, but she was a very big announcement after the fact. So I just think we need to give Sabrina Ionescu a little grace here and not assume that we know everything that is going on behind the scenes.